So I'm going to talk a little bit about iron bridge conditioning with a rattan ring or an emperor ring. Um, so one of the main reasons why we like to use these is because it's like using a wooden dummy. You get to flow around the arms, get to flow around the ring, and you can strike the ring in the same way that you would hit the arms of a mukjang. All right. Not all mukjang are the same either. So the arms aren't always pointing out. Some are pointing up. Some are just boxes. Some are just a single pull. There's lots of different types of mukjang. But what I wanted to do for you is just show you some of the ways that you can use a ring for iron bridge conditioning. So I'm going to hold my ring. This is a standard emperor ring, standard size rather. So it's about 13 and a half to 13.75. It's almost 2 pounds. So it's a bit heavier. It's nice. You also notice that it's quite wide. So as opposed to a thinner rattan ring, when I hit it, the thinner rattan ring really bites in. And this has a much more wider surface area, more similar to the arms of a mukjang. All right. So I'm going to hold the ring in front of me like this, and I'm going to work on the, let's see, the top part of my bridge and the bottom, okay, or the back side and the bottom. So like your backhand, okay, so backhand. So when I hit bottom, I'm going to do chokyu or the slicing motion, or you douse out, or whatever you call it. You can do this motion, this motion. It could be a fist, it could be a palm, you know. If you do tansao like this, tansao, then use your forearm. We call it a slicing bridge. Okay, this is pai sao, pai q. All right, so I hit down, then forward, down, forward, down, forward, and you can adjust how you're hitting on the ring depending on how hard you're hitting it. So if I'm hitting it really hard, boom, boom, add your footwork to it. So instead of just standing there and hitting it like this, step back, step forward, step back, step forward, step back, step forward. Really get in and start using the ring in a similar way you would use if you had a training partner, right? Because right now, many of us don't have the ability to train with a training partner. And I like to move around when I shadow box and when I train. And having the ring is really useful because now I can have some sort of feedback that I can use to train and to strike at. So down, use the curvature of the ring, strike down, then pull on the ring with your backhand, and then hit. This is really important that you're using your backhand actively instead of passively letting it sit in wusao. One of the things that you'll notice over time is that when you start training with a partner, that your wusao hand, your protecting hand, sometimes isn't alive. It's and you're like, you either get hit because your training partner is faster or whatever. But when you use the ring and the other hand is working in equal opposite, your hand is always alive and active. So when you hold your ring, okay, when I pull in, when I cut here, I push the ring forward. When I pull back, I pull on this hand as well. Pop, 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 pop. And you can use that asking hand or the wusao hand, rather, protecting hand to activate as you move. This is really important because one of the biggest benefits of using a ring is that activity of both hands, always being able to move and stay alive. So when you use your ring for iron bridge conditioning in the same way you use mukjang, okay, the other hand should also be active, all right? So striking the inside of the ring and then pulling, hit the forearm, okay? It's like you're hitting somebody's bridge or hitting the collarbone, all right? So that's a little bit about how you can use the ring for iron bridge conditioning in a similar way that you use a mukjang.